Hey guys, so I wouldn't normally make a video on this topic, nor would I really make a video on this subject really, but I know that I attract some type of viewer that instead of likes to click, 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 prefers to puff, puff, pass. So let's just do this one video for them. Right, so if you didn't see it last night at 10 PM on Channel 4, you don't really need to because I'll sort of lay it down, but if you want to watch it, I'll try and put a link below or something. But basically what happened was it was Jon Snow presenting like this whole thing about like trying to discover more things to do with cannabis and what it does on the brain and how we react to different things when we're on cannabis. And I don't know, I spoke to a lot of people after watching it, and a lot of them said they thought the first half an hour was a lump of shit and they turned it off and left, which I think is very, very fair, because the first half an hour Jon Snow chatted a lot of shit. If you don't know who Jon Snow is, he's the Channel 4 news presenter person. Here he is on the show. One of the first things they kind of chatted shit about was they referred to sort of like all weed as skunk. Like they didn't even start to go into sort of like indica, sativa, like, and how they have different effects. And then they also had hash. They were sort of trying to compare hash and skunk, which doesn't really make sense. Surely they should have been testing either like homegrown weed and strong weed, or like, you know, the higher grades versus the low grades and the indicas versus the sativas. Nah, they didn't do that shit. They tried to compare hash and skunk. The other thing that really annoyed me with this whole thing is that when the people who were first ever smoking weed on the show and someone did it live, they used a vaporizer. And yes, I know that, yeah, it makes it pure and it means the experiment is, you know, 100% gonna be accurate. But vaporizers are strong as fuck. If I was doing that test, I wouldn't use no vaporizer and be like and then hold that shit in for as long as they did. Nah, get a joint. What also happened on the whole thing, Jon Snow whiteyed on TV. He wasn't actually like sick on TV. He had to do like an MRI scan type thing, and when he laid down, he had his headphones in and he was lying there. He then starts freaking out and he's like, no, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then he's like, I don't feel good, and like comes out and starts hugging the doctor and stuff. Ah, gold, priceless. One of the other things they did talk about was the education on cannabis isn't good in this country, but I think we've all had those PSHE days, where they like tell us about drugs and stuff, and they show us the fake drugs. So like, I don't know what they did in your school, but one time they like showed us, they opened up like a suitcase with like loads of fake drugs in it. I think they were fake. But nah, jokes aside, the whole Cannabis Live thing was actually quite shit, because they did it in some ways they shouldn't have done. Like, I know it's bad to say they should have smoked a spliff or a blunt or something, but like they really should have, rather than a vape, because it's so much stronger. Jon Snow did generally chat quite a lot of shit with the terms and stuff, like referring to all weed as skunk, and then he also referred to some low-grade weed as hash. I don't know, that's my thoughts. If you have seen it or haven't seen it, leave your thoughts below. If you're about to comment down there being like, no, weed is bad, do it, because I want a good laugh. Just as a little extra, let's just see what Cannabis Live is really like. Make sure to subscribe, man. Make sure to subscribe.